and welcome to Cherry Street Chat, the official podcast of the Seattle Spectator. My name is Caleb Stipkovits, and I'm your host and the managing editor at the Spectator. So as you can see today, I have 3 guests, which is tying a record. We've had 3 guests a few different times, but everybody's from Seattle's Nani Club. So thank you so much for being here today. We're going to be talking about the upcoming Lū'au event, which is an annual event. So super cool, super fun Seattle U tradition. We got a lot to unpack there. But first, can I just have you all introduce yourself? Kylie, we'll start with you.
Yeah, hi everybody. My name is Kylie. I am a 4th year at Seattle University, and I'm also within Hui. I am our Lū'au co-chair, food co-chair.
I'm Lauren. I'm a 3rd year at Seattle U, and I'm this year's historian for Hui, so I do all things media related.
Hi everyone, my name is Nathan. I'm also a 3rd year, and I'm this year's logistics chair. Kind of just the back end of everything, contacting everything, making sure everything is running smoothly.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for being here today. It's really exciting to have all you. My first question, I guess, is just, can you just tell us a little bit about yourselves? Maybe like what are some things you like to do? Just anything people need to know.
I guess I can start. I'm an environmental studies major, so a big thing is going outside. Just before this, I was down at Yes Farm, so I brought some chart in, walking in.
Yes, she did have a whole bunch of that when she came in. I like to do a lot of arts and crafts and art, so aside from photography, for more personal things, I like to do things like watercolor, crochet, and things like that.
Yeah. I'm a nursing major, and on top of that, I have 3 other jobs. So I like to play video games to de-stress. So that's definitely my favorite thing to do right now.
What are your 3 jobs? That sounds like a lot.
Yeah, so I work at the missions office, I work at the esports room, and then I'm also an RA.
Oh,
so,
cool. Okay.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah,
sprinkling in everything. So.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, 3 jobs is like crazy. I worked at my max. I think I worked 2.5 if you count Spectator. I'll count Spectator.
Yeah, Spectator counts.
That was a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Respect for working 3 jobs. Yeah. That's a ton. Awesome. Well, I guess I also want to know just a little bit about what made you join Hui Club. I mean, what led you to join, and when did you join?
I joined my first year, and in my first year, because it was a COVID year, they were looking for first year representatives, and I've just pretty much joined Hui as a first year and haven't really stopped.
I was a paid member my first year, but I wasn't involved at all. I attended Lū'au, and then after I saw Lū'au, I was like, okay, I should do that. And then my next year, still kind of easing in, so I joined the decorations committee, but I didn't dance or anything. And then finally, my 3rd year, it's all or nothing. So I ran for historian. I got the position, and then I've just been in the club, participating when I can.
Yeah, for me, I wasn't too involved my first year up until Lū'au season, so up until now. Then I kind of helped a lot, backhand side of stuff. So that's how I kind of got my foot in the door. And then my 2nd year, the current historian, which was Lauren's position, he no longer went to the school. So they were looking for a historian. I had no camera experience whatsoever. I would use my iPhone, but I was able to attend the meetings and stuff like that. So I applied for the open historian position, and then through there, that's kind of how I got into the executive board.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, super cool. And historian, that's a really cool role. I've seen your website and photos and videos. So that's kind of what you're mainly documenting is Lū'au's kind of that stuff, or do you also have a little bit more with that role?
I try to take photos at every single general meeting that we have try to involve the club members in the photography more, especially this year, and not just the board to showcase what we do as a club at meetings and at other events. Over the summer, we have events to try and gather the community going to SU from Hawaii. So we have beach hangouts and potlucks and things like that. But with Lū'au, I basically do the photos for the performers. We also do opportunities for headshots, at least for the board members. And then for Lū'au, we have videos that play during the program. So I'll be busy with that for the next few weeks.
Yeah. Okay.
Very busy.
Very busy.
So sounds good. Awesome. And Lū'au has been a Seattle U tradition for years. I know you all talked a little bit about your experiences with your first one, but can you detail a little bit more? What was your first Lū'au experience like?
Ooh.
Yeah, I can go first. My first Lū'au experience my first year was I was a volunteer, but I was friends with a lot of the people that were running Lū'au, especially the old logistics chair. Me and her went to the same high school, so we kind of knew each other from before, and then we worked together as well. And then I got really close to her boyfriend. So I was just kind of like she like really like knew me and like I knew her and stuff like that. So my first one was kind of just like volunteering, seeing that kind of side of it, and just helping wherever they needed me. For example, I think I was like behind the stage with like the tech my first year. So that was kind of like my first experience of Lū'au. I've never actually gone to Lū'au and had a seat yet.
Yeah.
But I've heard it's great.
Yeah.
Kind of like what I said before, like I didn't do anything my first year regarding Hui, but I literally bought a ticket with my friend, but we paid separately under 2 different parties. So that basically means you don't get seated together. So my lonesome and my friend were separated at 2 different tables. So I was literally like sitting by myself. But I had a great time. And I actually like the person I sat across was like knew my cousin's boyfriend at the time. And it was just random coincidence that we had this random connection. So that was nice. I made some new friends. And I remember just watching and just having a lot of FOMO, being like, my God, I should have danced. I should have done this. So that's kind of what inspired me to keep going. So that was my first Lū'au.
Yeah.
My first Lū'au was in 2022 spring. So it was definitely like partially still COVID. People were wearing masks. All of our dinner was like pre-made and served and everything. And I was fully just thrown into the deep end, especially being on the board. So I've never gotten a seat at Lū'au. I've always been backstage or just in the kitchen. That kitchen is so fun to be in. I love my position so much. And just, I like cooking food a lot too. So
Yeah.
definitely thrown in the deep.
Yeah. And I know that you're the food chair. So what can we be expecting on the menu this year?
At Lū'au, let's see if I can do this off the top of my head. There's 2 appetizers. We're having kamaboko dip and edamame. And then during dinner, we have rice, kalua pig, long rice, a vegetable option for both poke and long rice, alongside poi. And then for dessert, we have haupia and butter mochi. And I think that's it.
I think
Okay.
that's it.
That's
I
a
think you
big
got
menu.
it.
That's
Yeah.
a lot of
and we
food.
cook it all in C Street during the week of. So
Nice.
shout out to them for helping us out.
Shout out C Street. Well, I'm also curious. I know that tickets for Lū'au sell out really quick. What was that like this year? I mean, how fast did they go?
Yeah. So I deal with like the ticketing and things like that. So the Lū'au tickets sold out within 45 minutes to an hour.
What? Oh my goodness.
Which was longer than last year, because last year it sold out within a
Like,
couple minutes, within 10 minutes.
Oh my
Crazy.
goodness.
But this year I wanted to make sure that the general public had more of an opportunity to buy tickets this year. So I had actually doubled the amount of tickets from last year
Oh, nice.
to this year. So that's why it kind of went a little bit longer. But
Yeah.
we sold out within that first hour.
Yeah, still short.
Real short. There were some hiccups with it. So sorry to everyone that experienced those hiccups.
Yeah.
It's a completely new site. New site this year. A lot of people don't know how to use it. So it was saying it was sold out, even though I had like, for example, like 30 tickets left over still, and it was still saying sold out. But it all went smoothly at the end. We got it all figured out. And yeah, we sold out within like 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah. Wow, that's like super quick. Sorry, were you gonna say something, Laura?
Oh, I was going to say it's definitely a long process because you want to make sure that our seniors get enough tickets because it's their last Lū'au, so they get kind of the first priority. We want to make sure organizations on campus that kind of support Hui have opportunities to come to Lū'au, and then also our paid general members that help, whose money that they put into the club gets directly sent to Lū'au for funds and things like that, also have opportunities. So it was really hard to, or not for me, but for Nathan to, not for me, for Nathan to navigate like how to sort through all of that while making sure the general public has the chance to experience Lū'au. So
Yeah, for sure. And Lū'au is coming up on the 26th, so we're right around the
Yes.
corner.
Yes.
Is everybody?
time.
It's crunch time.
It is.
What is your involvement with, like? Is anybody performing? Are you all working behind the scenes, or what are you kind of doing for your roles?
Well, leading up to Lū'au the entire week, I will be in C Street cooking, and since January, I've been at dance practices throughout the week and kind of leading. I'm gonna live in the ballroom the week of Lū'au, but that's how it is, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Kind of what I said before, like just doing all the media for the photos for the program, and then also trying to document what Lū'au process looks like. Working with our marketing chair, and what else do I do? I don't know. Yeah, for dances. Oh wait, what is your dances?
Oh, I'm in 3 different dances, 2 senior dances, and then also alongside the officers.
Yes, and then I'm dancing in the officers dance, junior Awana, and then upper couples. So busy, but fun stuff.
Yeah, for me, my Lū'au day or Lū'au week is probably also going to be in the ballroom. We have like our lighting people, our live streaming people. I have to meet with like undergrad events 24 hours before the event starts. I have to meet with Chartwells as well. We both, all 3 of us, have to do a walkthrough of the ballroom together. I'm kind of there to just help everyone, making sure we're kind of going according to schedule. So it's a little bit of everything, and then day of, I'm in charge of like the volunteers, checking people in, making sure our program is going smoothly. So I wouldn't say it's like a huge like one thing. It's a bunch of little small things. If that makes sense. It's not just like food, for example.
Right.
But food is difficult in itself. But it's a bunch of different small little things little things that could potentially go wrong. So
Yeah, kind of like the like moving pieces at the end.
Yeah,
a lot to account
it's
for.
definitely that, like making sure all my companies that we're going outside to get are coming in on time, making sure they have access to the ballroom when they want, and things like that. But yeah. And then for dances wise, I'm in men's, Awana, upper couples, and officers as well.
Nice, super cool. And is there like maybe like name one thing specific that you're looking forward to for Lū'au, or without giving too much away, because I know we want the show to not be compromised before it happens, but what's one thing you're looking forward to?
I think I'm looking forward to the end of it. No, I'm just I think I'm just looking forward to like the seniors, because this is like their last hurrah kind of thing. I have been helping the seniors with their choreograph, not like dancing. I can't dance, but like they were telling me their ideas.
No, Nathan can dance.
No.
Nathan can dance. For April 26th.
He can also sing
no,
if
I
you watch it all
cannot.
that.
We have a live stream.
But they're running some ideas with me and like kind of like shooting ideas off of me. And during their senior dance, there is going to be one thing that we've never done before. And I think it's such a great idea. I don't even think Lauren knows.
I don't even know what it is.
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What
So
to do?
it's, I think it's gonna be great for all of the seniors to have this moment. I'll just leave it at that. Yeah.
Now I want to like. I feel like I'm out of the loop. I'm excited, of course, for the seniors because our seniors are so tight knit. It seems like, and it's just nice seeing them come together and perform for their last one. So sad, but I'm also excited for the first years to experience their first Lū'au because I feel like that's anytime I talk to a first year, I always ask them like, are you dancing? Are you volunteering? Like I really want them to be involved in that experience just because I think it really gives people something to look forward to. I'm also excited for everyone attending to just experience Hawaiian culture, especially with our theme this year. It's a lot more historically centered during a very prevalent time of Hawaiian history. So I'm excited for them to learn a little bit more about the history of Hawaii because they probably don't really have a lot of experience with that. And then also guaranteed if you go to SU, you know someone that's from Hawaii. It's just hard to avoid. We take over a lot of this population, but I'm excited for them to experience a little bit more information about our backstory.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to just see everybody's family. I feel like, especially as seniors, we're all pretty tight-knit, and a lot of our families just know each other, and even, like, some of our third years, we all know each other, too. So I'm just kind of excited for all of us to see our family since we hardly ever get to go home.
Yeah, absolutely. And I have one last question for everybody, and it's pretty general, I guess, but it's also kind of like, I don't know, it might make you think. What does Hui Club mean to you, and like what does Lū'au mean to you?
It's a little bit of everything for me. I think I would not be where I am without Hui, especially being on the board as my first year. It was very much like a growing experience. And then taking some time off my second year was very transitional. And then coming back my third year just as strong was real fun. And now I'm here again, so it's a little emotional.
Yeah.
Definitely, I'll probably cry at Lū'au, but
Yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah, if you don't cry, we didn't do our job. Like,
It's
you
warranted.
gotta cry. Everyone's gotta cry. My first year, I almost transferred because I was like so homesick. It was concerning. I like wanted to just go home all the time. And then I went to Lū'au, and then again had that FOMO in me. Should have done this, should have done that. But obviously can't go back. Ooh, my bad. But then my second year, the homesickness came and went, but a little bit less. And definitely because I was more involved in Hui, it definitely gave me a sense of community, a sense of home that I could have here in Seattle without having to travel the 5-6 hours back. So that's been kind of my experience. I've gained a lot of my close friends from the club and a lot of my best memories in college with people from Hawaii, and just recognizing that like my community is also here too and not just back home.
Yeah, I think for me, it's with the club itself. I think it's all the close friends that I made that are still here and have like recently graduated. I think that was probably one of the biggest things for me was just having another place because Seattle is great and all, but just having another dedicated space where it's like I can feel like I'm at home and I can just like be myself, if that makes sense. I think that's one of the great aspects of the club and something that like I really cherish. And then for Lū'au, personally, I just love to see everyone's hard work just get paid off, kind of. It's really joyful for me to see that. Maybe that's why I'm the logistics chair. But all the hard work that everyone puts in, like not even just the executive board, but the dancers, the volunteers, the parents that are flying up. We have a lot of family support as well. So I think just seeing all the support that we are able to get, and I mean, I'm just so grateful for all the support that we can get. I think that's definitely like one of the biggest reasons why I love Lū'au personally.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. Well, really excited for Lū'au. It's coming on the 26th. And is there a way I think you said there's a live stream.
Yeah.
How can we access that live stream if we didn't get tickets because they sold out in an hour?
Yeah, so we're doing a whole different live stream this year. So last year we kind of just got like a webcam, put that in this corner of the room and live streamed it that way. It did not turn out really good. So we improved on our lighting and we also hired a live streaming company. So you can find it on our Instagram. Okay. I think it's called like SU Hawai'i probably. Okay. We'll probably post a link on our Instagram as well. And our Instagram is SU Hawai'i as well. But this year's live stream, we're supposed to have 2 cameras. So there's a wide angle.
Big moves.
I know. There's a wide angle and then there's a close zoom in camera.
Okay.
And the live stream will most likely start at around 5 to 5:30.
Got it.
Ironing out the kinks there.
Okay.
But just expect to see it at around 5 to 5:30.
Cool. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, without further ado, then it's time for our segment of the day. We're going to be playing This or That, which we have played a couple times already on the show. But we're going to be doing it Hawaii themed, I guess. We got like, I think 5 or 6 or maybe, I can't count very well. I have like 7. It's like 7 or 8.
Okay,
we got them. We're just going to go through and we're going to say this or that and give our reasoning. So first is at the beach. So on the sand or in the water?
Oh, in the water.
Oh, I'm for sure. Yeah, no, I'm for sure in the water.
Oh, I thought you were just
in the water. Okay.
Like,
Let's hear it. Why?
I get so bored.
Yeah.
Just on the sand. And I don't know. It's just so hot back home.
Yeah.
That why would you want to just be on the sand in the ocean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. You got to cool off somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely in the water. Sand is nice if I'm like reading a book or like having a snack, but otherwise I'm in the water.
You know, I was gonna say for me, like, I'm from Minnesota, and like it's cold, the water. So like
Yeah.
if it's a warm day, I'd 100% rather be in the water.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's like so cold that I don't want to be in the water. So
Fair.
Cold
Yeah.
plunges.
Yeah.
it's
Have you
no,
been
I
to
can't do
Hawaii
cold
before?
plunges. I have, but I was like little, because like
Okay.
my
Okay.
uncle is there, and when he got married, we went there, and I haven't been there since. So yeah.
I can see why you want the sand over the water.
Yeah,
The
but I
cold
think if
frozen
I was
water.
in
You're
your
going to the
situation,
wrong.
I was in the Ron
Beach.
beaches.
Wrong
Yeah,
beach, wrong
Ron
state.
That's what I'm saying.
Ron
Wrong
state.
state.
Yeah. So okay, next one is acai bowl or shaved ice.
Oh, this is
Shave ice.
Yeah, shave
Shave
ice.
ice.
Yeah.
I don't even eat acai bowls, so my
don't
go-to
either.
is shave ice. Yeah, I think it's probably like one like top 2.
Yeah.
Top
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah. I eat both, but you know, it's
Mm.
shave ice. You know, can't really top that. You can get shave ice, or you can get acai bowls anywhere.
True.
Shave ice.
You can't get good ones everywhere.
Yeah,
Can't get
good
good
shave
shave
ice. No,
No.
not here.
Not here.
No.
Mm-mm.
Sorry.
Nope.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry.
It's the truth.
Right. Definitely shave ice, and for all the same reasons Lauren said.
Yeah, I go shaved ice because I mean I haven't had good shaved ice obviously, but like I also haven't
Miss
like
out.
I've had like 1 or 2 acai bowls
Mhm.
in my life, and like they're cool, but it's like I don't know, it's not my personal favorite.
I feel like
Yeah,
they're too healthy sometimes too. Like
they're too healthy.
Like,
Yeah,
shaved ice is
yeah, I
just
want a
ice
treat.
and-
I want
Shaved
like
ice with
condensed
yeah.
milk.
Maybe
Maybe
the
the
spice
spicy
yeah,
sugar.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
condensed milk.
after a long day
So
at
good.
like the beach, you just get that, and I mean you're good for the rest of the day.
yeah.
Yeah, like
Don't need anything else.
nothing else.
Just the water.
Yeah.
All right, we got our next one. It's ahi or salmon.
Oh.
Oh.
Fishes.
Ahi for sure.
Oh, mine. I like ahi. I don't really like salmon
I like
too much.
both. I like both. I can't pick. Different things I like.
Mm.
True.
I
I
like
would
ahi
s-
more,
yeah.
salmon more.
I would say ahi raw, but salmon cooked.
Okay.
I just like ahi. I think it's just me being like, yeah, I don't know.
I don't think I've had ahi, and I'm like I don't eat a lot of fish.
Mm-hmm.
Again, from Minnesota, we don't have a lot of fish there, you know. Like, so, yeah, I don't
But
know
do
what
you
I
like
even
raw
pick.
fish?
I'm not like super big on raw fish
Okay.
actually. Yeah, which
I
is
think
like
if you don't grow up with it, it's a
Yeah,
little, the
and-
texture is
and
definitely.
like the freshness again, like the freshness in Minnesota just is not good, you know, for fish. So it's just like
You're
Yeah.
landlocked,
I'm
right?
yeah, like there's a
Yeah.
lot of like
Super
lakes
landlocked.
and river, I
Yeah.
guess, but it's not
Yeah.
like there's not like an ocean or
Mhm.
like there's not like so
Yeah. In my first year, I was like addicted to the poke bowls.
mm.
In the
That's-
I
that's-
no
that's me this year. I
I
can't
think
lie.
it was my homesickness like projecting. Like it wasn't
Mhm.
definitely. I mean, it was good.
yeah,
It was good. Don't worry.
trust.
But I don't know. It was every day is insane. The guy knew my order. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy was so chill. I didn't him too. Like,
Usually people are the best though.
I don't think he works here no more, but he was
Mm.
great.
It was great.
All right, we got our next one is hike to a waterfall or to the top of a mountain.
Okay, this might just be me, but I don't get the hype of these waterfalls because they're kind of gross.
What?
No, just hear me out. They're like kind of gross. Like the
Okay, where
water's
are
all
you
muddy.
going?
Okay.
I would rather hike to the top of the mountain. I think
Mm.
like this is like my unpopular opinion. I think it's cool to see, but like I see people like jumping in it. Like the water's all brown. The
Oh.
Okay,
water's all
maybe it's
I
like
see.
where you're going.
It could just be where I'm
It's
going. I'm going
when
at the
and where
wrong
you're
time.
Mm.
But yeah.
What you?
They're both really good, and I think waterfall. Then I could at least like swim the end. I'm all
Yeah.
sweaty after hiking.
I like waterfall because the view is nice. The breeze is nice at the top of a mountain, but like the water. I don't know where Nathan's going. Nathan's going to some
Yeah, maybe.
some sus places. I don't know where he's going, but waterfall. We used to do this when I was a kid, but it got shut down by the Board of Water Supply.
Oh,
Which one?
dang.
Hamama Falls.
Oh.
You didn't go there. You know why? Because the
No.
water's not brown.
That's why.
I don't know what I'd pick. I think like I haven't really like hiked like in a waterfall before.
Mhm.
I've seen waterfalls. Like I've
Yeah.
seen like Snoqualmie Falls, which is like
Yeah.
close to here. That's cool.
Mhm.
It's like where like Twin Peaks, like the intro is filmed. If y'all know that show,
Mhm.
which is kind of funny. Yeah. I don't know what I'd go though. I feel like I want to try a waterfall before I weigh in on this. I feel like
Yeah.
I can't. I gotta be
Mm.
accurate here.
It's tough.
Okay, now it's getting deep. This is when they started getting deep in the stay in Seattle or move back to Hawaii after graduating.
I can start
Yeah,
that.
you go
I'm
first.
graduating in a couple months, so it's really been weighing on my mind. But I think for right now, hopefully stay in Seattle and then eventually move back home because I think I'm going to go back to more school at home.
Okay.
You go. I think.
For me, I think I'm going to stay in Seattle. I don't
Okay.
know how long.
Yeah.
But for me, there's more opportunities with nursing.
Mhm.
Like back home, there's like 4 or 5 hospitals on the island. Up here, there's 4 or 5 hospitals around us right now.
Yeah.
So just the amount of hospitals and like opportunities for me are much greater up here.
Mhm.
Maybe in the future, once I get like my money in, my nursing money in,
You want your
then-
money up.
get my money
Your
up,
money
my,
up.
my nursing salary money up. Then maybe I'll go back home, maybe like nurse on like the side. But I think I'm gonna stay in Seattle.
Okay.
Asked me like a year ago, I would have been like, I'm going back home immediately. Now I'm kind of like, I don't know, because I'm so settled like
Yeah.
in Seattle.
That was me too. Like
Yeah.
that was me my first year,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
I was like, it's not
Yeah.
bad up here.
Yeah. My
Okay.
whole thing is definitely living in Hawaii is hard. Like it's so expensive, but I wouldn't mind staying here for a few years post grad. I'm an environmental studies major with Kylie, so there's environmental work to be done here
Mhm.
and back home for sure.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of like opportunity. There's definitely
Right.
larger
Pay.
space here.
Mhm.
But yeah, if I'm thinking like really, really deep, like in the future, like if I'm like raising a family, I definitely want to do it in Hawaii, just
Yeah.
so I could give the same childhood
Yeah.
experience.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right, and the producers have been signaling to me that we're running out of time, so we're gonna have one last speed question.
Speed
Okay,
round.
poke from Foodland or Fresh Catch? No idea what those are.
Foodland for sure.
Okay,
No.
go Lauren.
Oh, sorry. Foodland, because I think it's just easier to get, but Fresh Catch is also really good. But
Okay.
yeah.
Foodland
I
is
thought you were gonna say-
no Foodland for sure, but that's the best like bang for your buck. But best poke off the hook.
Shout out off the hook.
Mm.
Poking on the run.
Ooh.
All right. Well,
Okay.
that's going to conclude our show for today. So thank you so much for coming on. Lū'au is, again, on April 26th. So coming up, if you don't have tickets, you can live stream it. Make sure that you're following Cherry Street Chat on YouTube, on Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Yeah, and after how we end the show every time is we say, see you next time on Cherry Street. So I'm going to count us down from 3, and we're going to say it. Are we ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. See
See
you next time on Cherry Street.